Hey, everybody. This one is going to be short. To be honest with you, I am worn out. This is the third time I've tried to record this for Substack, and for some reason, I'll record it, wait forever for it to load, and then get the message that the no video file has been found. So we're now 2, maybe 3 hours into this attempt to get this posted. This is going to be my last one. If this doesn't work, I'll just, I guess, send out a text post. Seems like a lot of things have gone sideways this week, big and small. I'd hoped to have a guest. I usually do that when we discuss the book that we just finished. Tried twice and had people have to back out for various reasons. So you just got me. And then, man, this week has been hard on a lot of people. Um, it started out for me with getting word that a friend of mine's wife, who has been battling cancer for quite a while, had decided, enough with the heroic efforts. She's just going to take palliative care and enjoy the day she has left with her family here and await entering the arms of Jesus. It seemed like it wasn't a day or so after I heard that we all got hit with the news and the video of Iryna Zarutska's murder on that uh, train or transit bus or whatever it was out in Charlotte. And then, of course, you all have surely heard by now about the assassination of Charlie Kirk and all the fallout from that. So just those three things together got me thinking, wow, this message about the shortness of life really is timeless, and it really is one that we all need to consider. So I'd just like to revisit a few things from Seneca here. First, man, it strikes me that the way he begins the book is spot on. That a lot of us complain about life being short, particularly when we're in the final days of it and look back and we feel dissatisfied and go, oh, life was too short. Even though it's painful to hear, I think we need to hear Seneca telling us, stop. Your life is not too short. That's not the problem. The problem is that you waste too much of it. Um, and man, in light of everything that's happened, I find myself reflecting even more seriously on how much of my own life am I wasting? How much have I already wasted? And as painful as it is to look at that and to consider that, it seems like that's bound to be better than refusing to think about it and just pressing ahead, because most likely if I do that, I'm liable to keep on wasting it. All right. So I hope that if any good can come out of these tragedies and can come out of the reading that we've been doing together here through Seneca, I hope one thing will be that we'll all start to take seriously how valuable our time is. That, as Seneca says, it is the most valuable resource we have because it's the one that we can't replace. We can get more money, we can get more land, we can get more food, but we can't get any more time. Once today is gone on my life, it's gone forever. And so what I do today, how I invest it, the people I invest it with, makes a huge difference. Right? Seneca is going to say that the thing that gives our life meaning is not how long it is, but it's how we live it. Right? It's what we do with it, however long it is. Now, he advocates clearly that we embrace the life of philosophy. Seneca is not a Christian, not a believer, at least not at this point in his life, and as far as we know, never became one. But I would urge you to consider that his description of what philosophy should do sounds an awful lot like descriptions of the religious life. Right near the end, he makes one last push to try to convince Paulinus to leave his government job and to devote some of his remaining years to the study of philosophy and the leisurely life. And he says this: do you think that there can be any comparison between seeing that corn is deposited in the public granary without being stolen by fraud or spoiled, and beginning the study of sacred and divine knowledge, which will teach you of what elements the gods are formed, to what changes your soul has to look forward, where nature will place us when we are dismissed from our bodies? In this course of life, there await you many good things, such as love and the practice of virtues, forgetfulness of passions, knowledge of how to live and die, and deep repose. Seneca's, in other words, it's a positive, not a negative view of leisure. Right? Leisure for him, it's not the absence of something. It's not what happens when you take away work. It's what happens when meaning and purpose and intentionality and value and virtue come together in your life. And I think for believers, that's what life is for us too. I hope that we'll be inspired by the models of Sherrie and Charlie. And I don't know enough about Iryna's life. I hope that she found that sort of passion for herself. I hope that she found the things that she wanted to invest her life in, and that, as short as it was, I hope that she had the satisfaction of realizing some of her great dreams. I just ask you guys to pray for me as I continue to try to figure out how to make the most of the time I have left. I hope you'll do the same. One last thing, I want to put into the notes here a couple of links to charities or things that are related to these three people who I've mentioned today. Perhaps if you feel so moved, these would be good charities, good organizations to work with or support, and perhaps these things will inspire you to invest in other ways. And if so, I wish you the best. Let's all make the most of the time we have. Thank you.